Hello, and thanks for joining us here on the New Life Show, a series of talks with Dr. Michael Laitman. Hello, Dr. Laitman. Hello, everyone. Hello, Yael Leshed-Harel. Hello. Today, we'd like to once and for all answer the question, is everything predetermined or isn't it? Can we intervene? Can't we? We'd like to understand what's going on in this reality of ours we call life, with all the different occurrences of life. Yael, please. Yeah, there are periods in life where things happen to us or to someone that we know that it seems to us that things aren't just happening the way they're happening. It's hard for us to understand the reason, the sequence of occurrences, but everything seems to be predetermined, that someone's arranging things sometimes in a very positive way, and sometimes there are things that we have no idea how they happen. Now, this concept exists in many cultures. We know karma from the Far East. We know maktub from Arabic. In Arabic, there's this saying that goes, what's written from above, you can't escape. And there are people that believe it. There are people that don't. And on this show, we'd like to scrutinize, is everything predetermined, and what actually is happening behind the scenes? So I'd like to open with the question of, is everything predetermined? Is there a pre-written script? Is there such a thing called destiny? Yes. Everything is predetermined. But how does it cascade down on a person is determined by the person himself. Because we're not like the still, the vegetative, and the animate, led blindly by nature, where nature is advancing us by evolution, like Darwin says, or by some other program. But I'm talking about human beings that can take their destiny into their own hands. And if they don't take it into their own hands, they're like any other animal, and then everything's predetermined, and there's no intervention on part of man here. But nature simply works on that person, and there's no one to talk to. A person who instinctively responds to everything that he encounters in life, all the different occurrences in life, he responds instinctively to them, so there's nothing new here. Suppose were I to know how all of Oren's systems operate, his psychology, physiology, everything that exists in all of his systems. And Oren, in life, takes different decisions, makes different actions, responds. So I'd say that there's a machine here, that this machine will respond to these things this way for sure. So I'm no longer talking about Oren, because it's clear what's going on with him, but I'm talking about the external occurrences, the forces that are operating on him. The answer to what's going to happen to Oren is there. I don't ascribe anything personal, specific to Oren. It's not up to him. And therefore, it's not his fate, which he determines. And this is how it is with 99.99% of the people in the world. There are people that can take their destiny into their hands and to respond, not instinctively, from their will to receive, from their ego, from the qualities that they have, but that they can behave with everything that's around them above their own nature, differently than how they would respond were they ordinary people? To come out from under the control of the autopilot, to come out from under it, to rise above it. It's very non-simple, but it's possible. And it's also not that they themselves do it, but with the help of the so-called reforming light, a special force that exists in nature, that they want to rise above their nature, because within nature we're all machines inside a machine. Now, when we can draw upon ourselves a special force that develops us, we as if acquire an additional nature, a higher nature of bestowal, of connection, of love, but something new. It's not that important now whether it's more or less qualitative or in what direction, but it's in addition to my personal parameters and in addition to the program that leads me through life, because it changes, because the parameters changed. I order a new program. I want to achieve a new degree, a new way. I want to achieve a new degree in life. Meaning not the natural instinctive flow that leads me from my day of birth to the day I die, but I want to advance differently throughout my entire life. Well, let's say not throughout my entire life, throughout part of my life. I want to be under a new, different providence and to have a new response to this providence and to reach a new result. So, I as if come out from under the previous nature and destiny, and I turn myself into an active component in the new destiny. And this new program you're talking about, are things predetermined there too? No. There, I get into that program as an active component that determines things. This process you're describing now, you're saying that most of the people aren't a part of this process. They don't know, they don't understand it, and unique individuals are a part of it, and they have greater control over their life. Yes. Okay. I want to ask about what you just said. You said that you gave me as an example. You said there's Oren with all of his inner parameters that were I to know them, I'd know what this creature called Oren is with all of his systems and everything. Then I'd say that it's a box that I have no questions about. Something comes in, something comes out. Oren himself is not a function. This is one object, an individual, me, for example. And you said that there is another level that operates this object. So now I don't want to talk about Oren that can take control of his life, but I want to ask about the program that sets the events. Is everything predetermined there? Your first answer was yes, everything's predetermined. Regarding man, yes, everything's predetermined. So please explain this. What is this program? Our entire reality is a program that we exist in, that we develop inside its flow from beginning to end, somehow, who knows? And we are the components within the program that the program works on and develops. The program are the forces that are working on us, and they lead us to different things. Suppose Yael, she was a young girl. Afterwards, she was in the army maybe. Then she maybe went to the university, got married, children, and so on and so forth. Did she really choose any of these things? She didn't choose anything, even though that she has this kind of imagination, that it's all in her hands, that she chose where to study, who to marry, and so on. But it's all incorrect. It all happens to a person, and now that at the age of 70 I look back at life, it's as if it wasn't me. It becomes ever more clear to me that I was directed this way into different events, to respond to different states, to go through different states as well, up until now. Regarding the future, I can, as if, have the illusion of I can do this or that, but regarding the past, I think that if a person really thinks about things correctly, then on the one hand, a person can really beat himself up for why did I do this one way and not another, but most of the people who have experience, they understand that everything that happened had to happen, and that's it. And as if about the future, we can't talk to a person saying that he did something, but this is how it was, blind fate. Or not blind. I have about 100 questions about every sentence, so bit by bit. You gave yourself as an example. You're saying you're 70, you look back, and you say, all of those things that I went through, or everything that Yael went through, it was all predetermined. Right. Where is it written? In the general program. What is this program? This general program is in the field of forces, the nature that we exist in. You're 70. When was it predetermined about you what's going to happen to you at the age of 60, suppose? I can't really talk about myself. Well, not you, me then. If you're talking about ordinary people, which are 99.99% of the people, then in the program it says everything. So I'm asking, when was it written? Before a person's born, during his lifetime, from the beginning of creation until its end, before I'm born. Of course. So before I'm born, there's a book where it says everything that I'll go through in life. Well, it's not a book, a program. The orders of the program. That's how it is. Yes. Where does this script exist? Where is it? In a force field called divinity. Shechina. What is this field? It's the general desire, which is the substance of all of creation, in which operates a force that advances this substance to its final form, to its purpose. And this formula of the force that works on the desire is called the thought of creation. What is the thought of creation? The thought of creation is the program, the force, the formula that advances the desire, which is the substance of creation, from its initial form to its final form. I didn't understand everything. What I did understand is that there's a place that you call the thought of creation, which is the general program of development, where everything that a person has to go through is determined with all the precise scenes that he has to go through in order to lead him to the purpose of his development. Yes. Okay, so everything is predetermined for 99.99% of the people. For 0.001% of the people, it's not predetermined. Okay, so I'll ask about most of the people. So everything is predetermined for most of the people. Now, so what will happen to me at the age of 60 is written, 50 written, 40 written. Everything is written about every moment in my life, even before you were born. Everything's predetermined. Yes. What exactly is predetermined? Previously you gave Oren as an example. You said, how will he react? It depends on his personality, education. But who determines that? The different occurrences of life that he responds to. Everything's predetermined there, minute by minute, our entire life. I'll tell you something else. How can you imagine that something just happens? Please show me in nature, in the forces of nature, in the relations between the forces, that there's something that just happens. I'm not talking with respect to us that we understand maybe only 1% of what's going on. But in general, how do you imagine that in this entire system that we see, there's something that suddenly happens, like a little child that says, it fell by itself, it happened. Many people, I'm not talking about people, I'm talking about the decisive rules of nature, laws of nature. Okay. When you say everything's predetermined because nothing just happens, everything is down to the tiniest detail, down to zero. I'll tell you why I'm asking. I'll give an example. About 8 years ago, on the first day of the summer vacation, my son and daughter, they went to summer camp. It was the first day of summer camp. It was somewhere far away. They took a bus. They're coming back from summer camp, the very first day of summer camp. They see that the bus is coming. They're both running in order to catch the bus. They're running. Next to the bus stop, because they were running, my son slipped a bit from the sidewalk. His foot slipped from the sidewalk to the road. That very second, a giant bus stopped on his foot. The driver, he didn't notice it. He's opening the doors. My son's foot is under the wheel. My daughter, they're both kids. She's banging on the window until he understands what happens. He goes back. And his foot is under the wheel. Relatively, he wasn't hurt that bad. Things could have been much worse. Now I'm asking myself, when you're saying that everything's predetermined, this entire scene with all of its details, that everything was orchestrated down to the last detail, it was all predetermined? Of course. How else did it happen if it doesn't exist in the program? What are you talking about? This I don't understand. What does it mean that something suddenly happens? How limited can a person be to think that suddenly something happens? That it doesn't come from a specific balance of forces. It happens because it was ordered by certain forces that interacted in a certain way. So, what does it mean that something suddenly happens? It happened by itself. A miracle, or the opposite to a miracle. I want to ask about the silly things in life. A person is brushing his teeth, or he drinks water. The simple things in life. He puts his foot on the couch. He can put it up now. He can put it up in half an hour, or not put it up at all. Things that are as if meaningless in life. They're also a part. I don't want to hear these foolish examples. Excuse me, but everything has a reason. Everything in nature is pre-planned, and it includes everything, period. Let's agree with that, and that's it. So what are we living for? What are people living for? If everything down to the last detail, did you see billions of fish in the sea, millions of animals in nature? What are they living for? Did you see the safari in Africa? I don't have an answer. Same with people. We're asking about people. So I'm asking, what are people living for if everything's predetermined? So that through their development, they will reach a state where they themselves will enter that program and will be able to determine the right changes in it. That this is what the program's waiting for. The program's waiting for it? Yes. What do you mean? It wants to develop people to a state, up to a state, where they will be able to digest this program and become positive components in it. How can a person digest the program? This is something that the wisdom of Kabbalah explains how to do. That's it. And then what? And then he starts understanding the program. He integrates with it, in it. And by his behavior, above nature, above the program that flows in him. This is something that the wisdom of Kabbalah teaches. In the meantime, I don't want to know how. No, not how, but what did you say? By special forces that a person gets by studying the wisdom of Kabbalah and implementing it in a small group, a person gets the forces by which he can change the program and change his fate from blind fate. What is blind fate? Fate in which everything's predetermined from beginning to end. He can shift from that to controlling his fate and becoming a special component in the program, influencing his destiny by it and the destiny of all the rest of the people in the world. And why is it built this way to begin with? Why doesn't the person have this ability to be involved and influence everything to begin with? Why doesn't he have this ability to begin with? Because in this, he is like any other animal in the world, like a beast. We see people in their bodies, we think that they're people. They're not people, they're like any other animal that walks around in the field, eats something, and this is how it lives its life. This is an ordinary human being, ordinary person. Suddenly, at a certain moment in life, a person lifts his head and says, I don't want to go through life grazing all the time. I also want to find my destiny. I want to know where does the force that governs me come from. I want to get to know it, acknowledge it. I also want to control my destiny myself, and not this animate destiny. The grass, my body, that's my animate life. I want to develop my awareness, myself, to such an extent that I'll enter the program. There's the program of life here. I want to be an independent component in it. Previously you said that if now you look back at life, you see that nothing depended on you at all. No, I wasn't talking about myself. No, a person that looks back at life, he sees that everything was predetermined. But a person is led to believe that he is the one that chose his ways in life. But when he looks back, he understands that he didn't. Why are we given this feeling in the present that I can choose the next moment in life, like you said, where are you going to marry, where are you going to live, what are you going to do? Everything. Why is it so? Otherwise, a person won't be able to survive. He'd finish with life altogether. What do you mean? Were we to know that we're like animals, that we're controlled in any given moment in life, then what do we have left in life? Just to feel comfortable in every moment in life and suffer less. Then why live at all? It's better not to live and not to go through all of this. So the fact that everything's predetermined is hidden from me on purpose, so that I'll find a meaning in life, that I'll be able to continue doing whatever I'm doing. Yeah, but this I don't understand, because really, I'm not determining anything. Of course you're not. Does an animal have these feelings? No, it doesn't. It carries out the orders of nature instinctively, without asking and without nothing. Does it imagine that it's choosing something in life? No, it has no such question, but a feeling. No, it has no such feeling. It just carries out orders. Like a camera, like a machine. Yeah, only a biological machine. What's the difference? Okay, and I, as a human being, what do I have that it doesn't? Maybe. Wait a second. you'll tell me about the development. No, not about the development. Maybe you'll have questions like, what is all of this for? What's going on? Am I the boss of my destiny? Like Yael asked. Or aren't I? So I have questions. That is already the beginning of the human being, the difference between man and beast. So he starts already rising above his animate level to a higher degree. He's not living just in order to fulfill his needs like an animal, but he also wants to advance towards more exalted goals. Last question, because our time's almost up. Previously you said that whether a person will gain control over his life or not depends on him being a positive component in the general program. What does that mean? These are the conditions according to which we can integrate in the program only on condition that we add a positive force to it. What is that positive force? To elevate the program from the animate level to the speaking level, to upgrade it. Whose program? The program of life. Of whose life? Of myself and others. Can you please explain this? If I live my life in order to cause good to the general program, that's called the upper force. With respect to us, it's called the upper force because it controls us. So, if this way I want to add something positive to it, then I can really do it, and by that, I add something positive both to myself and to others and to the program in general. And then I do become boss over my own destiny. Yes, I become a partner of that upper force that controls the program. Dr. Laitman, this is really interesting. We'll talk about this some more for sure. Thank you very much. Thank you, Yael. Thank you for being with us. Till next time, all the best.